The phone
Uh,
call. Oh my gosh. All right. So
so
little
so I listened
backstory.
to the first few minutes. I
Hold
know
on,
you
hold on.
probably
Just a little backstory
yeah.
for anyone who's missed out. So over the weekend, Washington Post released this article basically saying we got him. Like, look, he's admitted that he is trying to ask the Secretary of State and the Governor of Georgia to find 11,000 votes. And what it was a clipped um, recording of a conversation between Trump and the Georgian leaders, essentially. And the original video or the original phone call is over an hour long. It's about an hour and 5 minutes. Now I've actually listened to it myself, and the ones that Washington Post put out there was like 4 minutes long, edited down all of the key points that make Trump look terrible. No context, just pulled out like, oh, finger picked, cherry picked, all these things pushed out there. And now everyone on the left is like, we got him. Finally, we got him. He's corrupt. He's this corrupt politician. All right, now go ahead. You said you listened to some of it. What do you got to say about it? What's your
Yeah, I
briefs?
mean, I listened to the first few minutes, and for they're saying it's an edited video, so you'd
Yeah,
think after listening, if it's edited, you listen to the first few minutes, you'd hear some bombshells.
right.
But I guess they didn't edit it very well because I listened to like 3 or 4 minutes of it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, Trump is talking about statistics of alleged voter,
right.
irregularity in your Georgia. Like, so what?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was my perception of it, and yeah, and then I think that person who leaked it is being investigated now by the Secret Service.
Yep, they are.
So that's
Now,
pretty fascinating.
now they actually came out today claiming it wasn't us. It was someone on the Trump team that leaked the video or leaked the phone call. Then why would Trump have you guys be investigated then? Come on. All right.
Yeah.
But regardless, I listened to the thing myself. I listened to the conversation. I'll tell you what, that conversation was Trump saying, I got the information. Here's an olive branch for all of your Republicans. Here's an olive branch. Are you going to take it? Are you going to admit it? Are you going to certify these fraudulent votes? Which is it? Because I know this stuff. Now come clean, or because it's illegal. All I can hear was, wow, he's actually trying to let them know, like, look, I got you, come clean, or, because all the stuff's coming out. We know this information. As far as I'm concerned, this is what happened. This is what I've seen. And they're like, no, sir, you're wrong. And it's like, okay, so all right.
Was there a phrase in there that said? Was there a phrase where Trump said, "We need 11,000 votes" or something like that? They might misinterpreted or portrayed that in a certain way.
So in the context, he was talking about, look, we've seen 300,000 votes that are fraudulent, okay, but we only need 11,000 is to win. That's the margin. So it's like, but you take out that first part about how we've seen 300,000 ballots that are fraudulent, and the dead people that voted, and he was talking about all the different things that they've found, but then basically ending it up with, and we only need 11,000. So it's like, we find 11,000 votes, and it's proved that we won the state of Georgia. So if you clip that out and he's just saying, look, we only need 11,000 votes, it's like, okay, sure, it sounds bad. But then when you hear the whole thing about him saying all these fraudulent ballots, hundreds of thousands of different discrepancies, but then when the margin is only 11,000, it's like, clearly we won the state of Georgia because of all of the discrepancies, but they didn't add that part into the context. Then they just clipped it. Whoa, see, Trump is claiming he only needs this much. It's like, they made him seem like he was like, oh, please just give me 11,000 votes, please, come on. Yeah. It's criminal. I'm going to bring charges against you. It's like, he didn't say that. He's saying what he's seeing happened is criminal. There is fraudulent votes that he's seen.
Yeah.
That, and he was very confident in the fact. He wasn't like questioning it. He's just like, it was, you know what it sounded like? It sounded like an adult talking to their child who they knew took the cookies and ate the cookies. Did you eat the cookies? No. What are you talking about? There was only 4 cookies. When know you made 6 cookies, he's like, look, come clean. And it'll be better for you if you just tell me you ate 2 cookies. Like, it's okay that you ate 2 cookies, but just tell me that you ate 2 cookies. No, oh, you're gonna stick to your guns. Okay, see you on Wednesday. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah,
it sounded like Trump was like, okay, I got you.
And
All
speaking
right.
of 11,000 votes, Arizona, that's the margin in Arizona, 11,000 votes. And here in Arizona, we have some good state legislators who are pushing back. There was a case, a lawsuit or whatever against the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. Just so you know, Maricopa County, there's like 3 or 4 million people in Maricopa County. It's one of the largest counties by population in the United States.
Wow, yeah.
And so the Board of Supervisors is pushing back. They're refusing. They're countersuing or whatever, so they don't have to release the minion, voting machines or do an audit. And so we've had. I submitted a declaration to Sidney Powell for some things that I saw. There was something involved. It's called there's a story I was involved with dealing with a Korean Air plane at the airport.
Okay.
It supposedly had ballots in it. The key. So I went. Then I got a tip about it and investigated that. Then Saturday after the election, I went to the airport and saw this Korean Air plane at a private hangar.
Yeah.
So I did not see ballots on the Korean Air plane, and Korean Air actually issued a statement. A blogger. I did an interview like a week ago in South Korea, and they got a statement from Korea Air, denying, of course, that they were involved.
Sure.
And so I just to be on the safe, I'm not saying I saw those ballots. But and there's a lot to that story. You can go to my blog, ryanhartwig.org, and read more about it. But
I did read a little bit about that because you actually met up with one of the people that supposedly saw the ballots, right? But there was no actual proof of it. Is that right?
Right. It was really hard to get the proof, and I was told that it was raised up to the federal government to investigate, like, I don't know, like FBI or Homeland Security.
Yeah.
But it could have been, who knows? It could have been something else, like drugs or who knows. But I showed up there. I called a bunch of other people. The chief of staff for Congressman Paul Gosar showed up, and then at the end of the night, like that plane actually left and went to Seattle.
Yeah.
And I called the police. The Phoenix police filed a report. So there's a police report. We know that there's some other sources who say that Seattle was a hub for transporting ballots. So what's fascinating about that story is, after that night, this rumor got spread in Republican circles on Facebook about ballots on airplanes, and then someone else named Stacey Burke, she was talking about that, and then someone, to make a long story short, someone social engineered her way into her house, posing as like a security guy or whatever to check her cameras because someone had hacked into her cameras. And he has a separate lawsuit against Arizona against Doug Ducey. But anyway, she was talking about this airplane, ballots on airplanes, and this guy named Scott Koch, inadvertently admitted that there was a second plane that he was dealing with that had ballots on that airplane at a National Guard hangar. So he kind of let it slip that, oh, hey, you know about that airplane? He's like, no, that's not possible. Like my airplane's at the National Guard hangar. And so.
Wait, what?
Wait, we're talking about the same plane. He's like, oh, I guess not. I just accidentally revealed there's a second plane that I was guarding that had ballots on it that I was moving. So that's the important part of it. The Korean Air thing, I'm not sure about, but the fact that it led to Stacey Burke talking about an airplane, which led to Scott Koch revealing this second plane, that's the bigger story, I think. But
Interesting. And has anything come of that? I know that there was a new lawsuit that was just brought up just under a week ago in Arizona. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I haven't been following the legal proceedings too closely. I know there was some lawsuits, and what's interesting is if that National Guard hangar. So if there's a National Guard hangar with ballots in it. Yeah. Like the National Guard is under the jurisdiction of the governor of Arizona, Doug Ducey. So if that is true, then that implicates Doug Ducey in a lot of things. So
wow, interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. I mean, I just saw a new lawsuit that was just opened today that actually got a docket in the with SCOTUS, the Supreme Court. It's Donald Trump versus Joe Biden in Wisconsin. Not Donald Trump versus Wisconsin versus the state of Wisconsin. It's versus Joe Biden in Wisconsin, and then so the Supreme Court's going to see that. I don't know much about it, I just noticed that. But before we move on from Georgia and the phone call, I want to just bring this up. This is from Patrick Howley. Oh, let me share my screen real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is really interesting. Okay, caught on tape, Brad Raffensperger, who's the governor of Georgia, all right, begged for illegal Chinese votes in Georgia. Mandarin-speaking Chinese people placed Raffensperger in office with absentee ballots and bragged about it. Brad thanked them in Chinese, and I actually have listened to the tape of him thanking them. He says thank you in Chinese, and then continues to say, yeah, and then continues to say, I would not have been able to get here without your help. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. And it's just like, what? So this came out today. Now the phone call happened a day or two ago. Was it 2 days ago or yesterday? I don't remember when the phone call actually was, but Washington Post released the information, whatever. And now today we find, now it's breaking that he actually has connections with China, and that they helped him get into power. And wow. I'm pretty sure I read an article about 2 weeks ago about how that he actually went to Houston a few times to the Chinese consulate, which was shut down earlier in the year because they saw it was a spy ring. So, I mean, that's something separate that I now have connected together with this. So it actually makes sense to me. But if Trump knew this when he was talking to him during that phone call, it makes it even more sense that it sounds like Trump knew exactly what he was talking about. He knew that he got this guy and he was giving him a chance. He's like, look, all I can hear was, I got you. Are you going to admit it? And Trump is just like, I got you. Are you going to admit it? And they're like, no, we're good. No, you're wrong. And then, of course, he had a press conference today saying, everyone just needs to vote tomorrow. Please show up and do your patriotic duty. And it's like, dude, do you think anyone trusts you at all, or your voting systems in Georgia? Like, get out of here, man. No one trusts you. And shout out to Julia Song. Actually, she has been she actually stepped away from Twitter, but she sent me a message today. She said, I'm still doing work today, and she has signed up as a poll watcher on election day for tomorrow, which is cool. So if you can, I mean, help, as much as possible. And that's something that's awesome, because we need poll watchers that are actually going to, go watch them so they can't keep counting the same ballots, which I've seen videos. I've seen the videos of them taking the same ballots and counting them over and over again. 5 times in one video. 5 times the same batch. What?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Did they think they were going to get away with it? Like, my gosh, that video blew me away when I saw that. I was just like, no one's gonna talk about that. No one's talking about it.